Hi guys, welcome to Graham Bell Golf. Today we're talking about wedges. We've got a lot of promotions on with regard to trading in wedges with Cleveland, or even the new Titleist Vokey range, the SM5 range that's out. Now it's important that people get the right loft of wedges so you can gap your distances accordingly, but it's also very important that you get the right bounce or sole grind of a wedge. Most of you might not be aware of what that actually means. Well, to illustrate to you what bounce is the angle on a wedge, I'll show you a picture now, hopefully, between the leading edge of the golf club and the ground. So it's the angle in between the leading edge and the ground. Now, more bounce, less bounce, okay? Now you can see what I'm doing there with the handle of the golf club. Now, when you talk about wedge players, you're probably going to fall into two categories. Either a digger of a wedge, somebody that would come down steep into the ground. They would tend to have the leading edge, the hands right in front of the leading edge of the club. So a lot of board left wrist, handle in front of the club face, and that would be the kind of sort of typical digger of the golf hole. Deep divots. If you get deep divots with your wedges, then you're probably going to be a digger. Conversely, if you think about somebody that's a slider, somebody that takes very, very, very delicate divots, or even no divots at all, launches the ball quite high, you tend to find that you get quite a weak grip, and the handle would tend to back up going through, you know. Now that would be somebody that would be a slider. Now these two different players probably would benefit from having different bounce angles. Somebody that had a digging motion would benefit from higher bounce, and somebody with a sliding action, handle backing up, would benefit from lower bounce. And also the grind will come into it as well. How do you know what you are? Well, you can do a couple of tests, see if you're taking big divots with your wedges. If you're trying to control the distance with spin, trying to get the ball to spin quickly, you could be a digger. And if you're just taking very, very little divots, then you'd probably be a slider. The only way of trying to find out is experimenting with different wedges, and that's what we do here. We would get you in and we'd experiment with different wedges to see what worked for you. So a wedge is an investment. You keep your wedges for quite a few years until the grooves would give up the ghost. But if you understand what you should be looking for and should be buying, then that would make it easier for you. So again, that's where your professional like me comes into it. So whether or not you're a slider or a digger, we've got all the bounce angles that you could need, and the sole grind designs. Titleist have brought out quite a few this year, which is very beneficial to players. So if you're a digger or a slider, you definitely need different wedges. So come and see us and we'll give you as much information as we can. Thank you.